Hello, it's 5 days to Christmas, got the shirt on, always gives me a twitch on my neck, it gets me very conscious that something's touching my neck. I'm like, oh. So I'm going to try and really overcome that today, just go with the awkward feeling of my neck touching it. And that's unpleasant. So I sympathise with people who have those, whatever they want to be, whatever you call them, textual obsessions, maybe that's a new word, who knows. It's 5 days till Christmas. We've just had the weekend, we're on Monday. So anyone with mental health or different various issues will probably be feeling a bit of pressure. And Christmas is sometimes a time where it's a little bit forced fun, isn't it? We're all kind of, sit with this little one here. We're all forced to be happy, aren't we? And there's no exceptions. You're not allowed to be unhappy on Christmas. You're not allowed to have an argument and fall out with anybody. And I think sometimes that pressure actually can bring those things on, especially if you have OCD. Because as you know, with OCD and Tourette's and various other mental health issues, when you're under pressure, that's the worst time for things to happen. So for example, when you are going out on a holiday or going out for a long time or even for the day, you know you're going to be checking that door quite a lot of times. It's almost it's the old red button situation, don't press it, so therefore you know you've got to. It's really very, very annoying. So, as I say, the weekend, we've just had the weekend and we've been on a journey together, haven't we? Trying to take on some challenges and change. Don't knock that over because there'll be an accident. I have done a couple successes. Now they're very, very minuscule, minute successes, but I'm still going to claim them because at the end of the day, I won on those couple small things. Don't scratch the new sofa, please. This is a little rescue cat. He's a bit of a pest, but I love him. About 2 months ago, he would have scratched your eyes out. And I've still got a couple scars, a testament to it. For those of you who have your twitches, your habits, your compulsions, whether it's your Tourette's side of things, whether it's your OCD side of things, I have been trying very hard, and even consciously now with my irritation to clothing touching my neck. I watched a video back actually, and I realised I'm like this when I've got a shirt on. I'm 48, I've worn a shirt all my life, generally speaking, shirt and tie with my work. So I probably look like a robot for the majority of my life. Or maybe I've got a sore neck. So I'm trying to really just get used to that uncomfortable feeling. I'm building that, what we talked about, which was resilience up. And it is hard, very hard indeed. It's not an easy thing to do. It's very uncomfortable and very unpleasant. I found the weekend extremely hard mentally because I've been pushing to work against the bully that's OCD, and it feels like I'm maybe only making 1 or 2% progress, but that's better than nothing, isn't it? The weekend was tricky. One of my habits is another embarrassing habit. We've all got these habits if you struggle with your OCD and your various things. Is I shake someone's hand, and if it doesn't feel symmetrical, that's a really big problem for me. So if they're not squeezing the hand the same as I am. This habit started when I was 32 years old. And for some reason, every time I shook someone's hand, I started to get issue if it didn't feel symmetrical. So it got to a point, I think probably last year, when it was something to do with business, very boring and formal. And, I was saying goodbye to a person in business and, shake that hand. And I had to keep the conversation going, and then, because I couldn't get the handshake right. It was embarrassing, very, very embarrassing. So I was in this situation where they were going and I knew my handshake hadn't been right with them. So I would say, oh, by the way, blah, 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 sort of compliment something to do with their company. Fantastic what you've done, da-da-da, really impressive. All the best. Another handshake. It got to the point sometimes where I knew that the other person was was thinking, why? This guy must be really eccentric or something, because this is quite a lot of handshakes. And I think I realised that the more times you shake someone's hand, the more it doesn't feel right. So where do you stop before you completely feel, before you actually feel really quite pathetic, and it makes you feel, it kind of tries to make you feel emasculated, because it makes you feel that you're not able to control your own urges and things and normal things that other people can control. I have a problem when I shake my friend's hand, and I was seeing him this weekend. So I geared myself up, and I was determined for you guys. I wanted to come and say, you know, I've overcome this. Do you have it? Oh, bollocks. I'll pretend I've got something in my eye, but I'm twitching. So anyway, my friend was coming, and I was determined to shake his hand just once. I've done it like 7 or 8 times. He's like my best friend. So, you know, he kind of like loves me and understands me. And I gave him a BMX for Christmas, so I hope you enjoy that, Chris. You won't be getting one of those again. That's your birthday and Christmas. So back to the point, he was coming, and I was determined for you guys and for myself, for my own self-esteem, and I want to get a win on this bully. I decided I'm not going to shake his hand more than once. And if the pressure's wrong, blah, 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 I'm leaving it at that. So I'm laughing because the next bit's silly. He came in and shook my hand. He had his keys in his hand. It's like, you know, it's like, just completely, it kind of threw me completely off tangents. I was like, oh, I've got to shake your hand again. So already I've messed up in a way. But I did a handshake, it felt uncomfortable, it felt wrong, it didn't feel symmetrical, and I left it. And then when he left, I did another handshake with him, and I left it. It felt unsymmetrical, it didn't feel correct, it didn't feel right, and I left it. And I had to use the motivation and the excitement and the satisfaction that I was gleaning from taking a win from the bully to get me through that uncomfortable phase and that uncomfortable feeling that probably lasted for about 10 to 15 minutes. It was a very short period of time. Now, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to beat OCD or conquer it or stop it completely. And I'm not speaking negativity. So I took a step towards being better, and I realised I'm going to have to fight all the time against it. But in fighting against it, it gives me freedom. A bit of purchase on this struggle against the bully. I'm like one step. I've got thousands to do, but I'm one step there, and the bully will see that and now want to knock me back. But I want to keep that little bit of land that I've accumulated for my own freedom to wander around in that happiness. I don't have to bow down to handshakes and whether they're symmetric anymore. I'm really going to stand my ground on that now. I'm not going to let the bully take that back from me and start making me OCD about handshakes. Maybe other OCD things will come out of the woodwork, they normally do, but I'm going to really stand my ground on that and keep a journal on it as well. The rewards for challenging the OCD, amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm feeling today proud of my achievement, and I feel really pleased that I'm able to come back to you and to say that there is hope. And even a small success can yield such a wonderful feeling, because I've got a bit more freedom and I've got a taste for that now, and I want to take more of my life back. So I hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching. Thank you.